not gonna get hurt. You're f***ing Beretta. They believe every f***ing word because you're super cool.
These guys are armed, dangerous, and playing both sides. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 serious undercover movies.
My duty assignment was solely undercover narcotic work. Do you have any idea what that entails?
For this list, we're focusing on those serious movies with plots that revolve around the taking of another identity, where the idea of going undercover is central to the film. If you didn't see a film you think should be on the list, be sure to check out our video of the top 10 comedic undercover movies as well.
Little Hen says it's time to rock and roll.
Number 10, Gangs of New York.
When you kill a king, you don't stab him in the dark. You kill him where the whole court can watch him die.
This epic historical drama follows the vengeful scheme of a young man who goes to Manhattan to kill his father's murderer.
Amsterdam. I'm New York. Don't you never come in here empty-handed again. You gotta pay for the pleasure of my company.
Taking to heart the old adage, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, Amsterdam Valen infiltrates Bill the Butcher Cutting's inner circle.
I lost proof of it in my language at the asylum.
I was raised in a very similar establishment myself. Now everything you see belongs to me, to one degree or another.
If the teaming up of Daniel Day-Lewis, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Martin Scorsese isn't enough to convince you of the film's merit, then perhaps the 10 Oscar nominations, including ones for Best Picture, Best Actor, and Best Director, will do the trick.
All right, let's kiss goodnight to that pretty young face of yours.
Number 9, The Fast and the Furious.
You a cop? Let's go for a little ride.
This is the first in a series of action flicks that'd eventually make up Universal Studios' biggest franchise ever.
Go!
Following an undercover cop who's trying to figure out a street racer's involvement in a series of thefts, The Fast and the Furious features the late Paul Walker in a role that earned him mainstream fame.
You're gonna win. I'm gonna win.
While wrapped up in the street racing scene, Brian O'Connor winds up falling for the cars, the lifestyle, and the hot sister.
The only thing that pulled me in was you. Being friends with your brother's just a bonus.
Thanks to its exciting storyline and incredible action sequences, the film was a box office smash and spawned multiple sequels. Number 8, Reservoir Dogs.
We think we got a rat in the house.
I guarantee we got a rat in the house.
In typical Quentin Tarantino fashion, this non-linear story follows a diamond heist gone horribly wrong.
You're hurt real bad, but you ain't dying.
The band of thieves didn't even know each other before the robbery, and most of them have adopted fake names.
Mr. Brown, Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Blue, Mr. Orange, Mr. Pink.
Why am I Mr. Pink?
Because you're a faggot, all right?
After realizing the police are always one step ahead of them, the group comes to believe that one of their crew is most likely an informant.
For all I know, you're the rat.
Well, I know you're the f***ing rat.
All right, now you're using your head.
Despite being produced on a modest budget, Reservoir Dogs boasted a stellar cast and became Tarantino's big Hollywood break.
My f***ing hero.
Number 7, Serpico.
That is one hell of a mustache. I wish I had the guts.
Well, I have what I consider to be good reasons for wearing it.
If this based on a true story movie teaches us anything, it's that snitches get stitches.
An undercover cop walks around in disguise wearing black shoes and white socks. Everybody knows who he is.
You made your point.
Al Pacino plays Frank Serpico, a truthful cop who goes undercover to sniff out the corruption that's plaguing his own police force, and ends up becoming a target.
I'm a marked man in this department for what?
I've already arranged the transfer for you.
To where, China?
But what makes the crime drama so great is that the characters' honest efforts are hardly fictionalized, and the real Frank Serpico has since been recognized as a hero.
Maybe this is what it's all about. Maybe I should take my gold shield and forget it.
I know you've been through an ordeal, Frank.
Pacino also received an Oscar nod for Best Actor in a Leading Role for his depiction of the real-life legend.
I did the work. I broke my ass on this. It's my column.
Number 6, Face Off.
What if you could walk into Air One prison and give Pollux a nice big brotherly hug as Castor Troy?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Before these two actors became more associated with internet memes and weird antics, they collaborated on this little gem. John Travolta and Nicolas Cage take their commitment to going undercover to a whole new level when their characters, an FBI agent and a terrorist respectively, switch faces and assume each other's identities.
Yeah! Good girl, Jen! Shut up! Honey, don't listen to him, honey. He's not your father.
Despite the premise being incredibly silly and far-fetched, the science fiction thriller is actually quite entertaining as far as action movies go. Face Off also allowed the actors to shine by playing two different personalities, which was another bonus.
Let's just kill each other.
Number 5, Eastern Promises.
How can I become king if king is still in place?
David Cronenberg and Viggo Mortensen team up for this dark thriller about a midwife who accidentally gets involved with the Russian mafia.
You have the wrong address.
I was hoping to speak to the manager.
Kitrova.
My dad was Russian.
This also leads her to the undercover agent played by Mortensen, who is posing as a driver for the criminals in order to build a case against them.
I even do limousines. Please. If Semyon, my boss, finds out I let guests walk home in the rain, he will fire me.
Although Viggo's accent was reportedly unconvincing to native Russians, his portrayal of Nikolai was authentic enough to scare the crap out of locals who mistook him for the real thing, and earned him an Oscar nod.
Okay. Now I'm going to do his teeth and cut off his fingers. You might want to leave the room.
Number 4, American Hustle.
If I wanted to bother you, if I really wanted to bother you, this is what I do. If I was trying to bother you, that's what I would do.
In this comedy drama, Amy Adams and a rather shabby Christian Bale play a couple of 70s con artists who are caught by the FBI.
I may not have you, Irving, but I have her on fraud, impersonating another individual.
On fraud?
Yeah, she may not be.
What is that, identity fraud?
You may be from England, but you're not royal and you have no banking connections.
They are then coerced into helping an aggressive agent pull off a sting operation to implicate a slew of political figures.
I'm placing $60,000 into this briefcase for one Congressman Eric Khashoggian of the 4th District.
I'm going to do what I can to help Carmine.
Featuring an impressive cast of Hollywood's creme de la creme, like Jennifer Lawrence, Jeremy Renner, and a jerry-curled Bradley Cooper. The movie was nominated for 10 Academy Awards, including Best Picture.
I believe that you should treat people the way that you want to be treated. Didn't Jesus say that in something?
Amen.
And I think also always take a favor over money. I think Jesus said that as well.
Number 3, Point Break.
I am an FBI agent! I know, man, isn't it wild?
Before Paul Walker learned to drive with street racers, Keanu Reeves was learning to catch waves.
They're traveling on the money, going where the waves are.
That's right. The ex-presidents rip off banks to finance their endless summer.
This totally tubular film follows an FBI agent who goes undercover as a beach bum in order to investigate a string of bank robberies believed to be committed by a group of gnarly surfers. Directed by Oscar-winning director Kathryn Bigelow of The Hurt Locker fame, and also starring Patrick Swayze, this bitchin' film has rightfully earned its stripes.
It's a state of mind. It's that place where you lose yourself and you find yourself.
You don't know it yet, but you got it. It's right there.
It was a box office smash and later became a cult action classic. Number 2, Donnie Brasco.
You Don the jeweler. Yeah.
Based on a true story, this crime drama follows an FBI agent who assumes the identity of a jewel thief named Donnie Brasco so he can become a part of a New York mafia family.
You're gonna be a main guy, Donnie. I got beat. Yeah.
He's so good at his job that he nearly winds up losing himself in the role.
Come on. Son of a bitch. Watch it, Donnie.
Donnie Brasco is one of those morally ambiguous stories where the audience may find themselves hoping Johnny Depp and Al Pacino get to ride off into the sunset together.
In our thing, you get sent for, you go in alive, you come out dead, and it's your best friend that does it.
Before we uncover our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I ain't cut out for this undercover shit, all right, Nick? Get yourself an Italian, because I quit.
Who's this informant?
We don't know. Undoubtedly, it's a vengeance burn.
Number 1, The Departed.
You want to appear to be a cop.
A remake of the 2002 Hong Kong film Infernal Affairs. The Departed may seem like your typical undercover crime movie, but the star quality of everyone attached to the project made it a shoo-in at the Oscars.
We are all convinced that Costello has at least one mole inside the Special Investigations Unit.
Right.
He will investigate everybody and anybody.
With cops trying to find the mole in their department, while the mob guys simultaneously look for their rat, The Departed plays with the theme of identity in a complex and entertaining way.
Just want my identity back, all right?
Scorsese really outdid himself and even earned his first Oscar to prove it.
Frank, look at me. Look at me. I'm not the fucking rat, okay? I'm not the fucking rat.
Start with you agree there is a rat.
Do you agree with our list? Who's your favorite double agent? For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Streets closed, pizza boy. Find another way home.